Black Family United presents Conversation. Today's topic: I don't want my son to call another man daddy.
You know you were wrong.
But at the end of the day, to be honest with you, my ex-wife is a beautiful girl. I have a ton of respect for her. She's one of my best friends to this day. In fact, she's my wife's good friend. And she was a good mom to my son, and she allowed me an opportunity to raise my son, which I'll forever be in debt to her for that. She, you know, she didn't fight or nothing. Now, on the other hand, she and I was just talking about it on the phone the other day. She had Trey for 4 or 5 years. She had him. I never missed one payment. She never had. She'll tell you that she said that fool paid me one time. My son, see, I didn't want Trey to ever feel like his mother and I had animosity, because the minute that she starts talking bad about me to him, now when it comes time for him to come stay with me, it's a decision that has to be made in his mind. And I didn't want him at that point. Whereas if me and mom, all he know, me and mom get along, we good. Well, I'm just going to hang out with dad for a few months. I'm just going over here. It ain't a decision, because everybody's cool. But I think where a lot of men miss it at, and most of the time it is the guy that got the issue. Because I don't care what man you are, you don't want to ever think of somebody hitting your booty. Because if somebody touching up, that just drives you crazy. They lose it.
Well, you know, I think one of the main things is that a man doesn't want another man raising his kid.
Huge for me. That was for me.
That's huge. I mean, the woman is, you know, you get over that, especially when you're in love with somebody else. You get over that, but it's the fact that this guy is around my son, influencing my son, whatever issues he has.
I'm gonna add to that, good man, because some don't care. Some men.
I'm saying, I guess a good man care about
Right.
It's funny you say that, because that was my #1 goal. She know.
You're a good man, yeah.
I didn't want my son called nobody else dad. Nobody else dad.
That's what I was telling Brandy about, you know, Mike and I didn't want anybody to raise our son.
What was that?
Gnarly. Because my father broke off from my mom and left her with 2 little girls, and my stepfather raised us pretty much, and it was good. You know, he was a good father. Good, you know, he came and filled in, but I wanted my son to be raised by his dad, because there's so much. That blended family is so much that you have to adjust to, and you know.
But it's up to the parent to adjust, because see, I grew up in a blended family, and I couldn't stand it when homeboy tried to have my dad. So when I had my stepson, I knew exactly what I liked, what I didn't like. So I made sure that I didn't do that. And I let him come to me in time and decide what he wanted to call me and how he was going to describe me to his friends. So I never had to say anything. And to this day, we got the best relationship. And even he would call me on Mother's Day to this day.
But
so
you took the adult approach, though, to understand where he was coming from, because you were there.
Right, exactly.
So coming to a relationship where they didn't even experience that, no, you're going to do it my way, I'm the queen of this house, and you're going to just interacting
or
like, you know.
there's animosity between either of you, like you and the mother, or you and the mother, there's any animosity, it interferes with your relationship with that child.
Oh yeah, see, we didn't have that. Now, I had an issue one time when she tried to kind of cut up, and I told Neil, I said, look here.
She tried to cut up.
She did, and I said, look here, Neil, you gonna tell her, or I'm gonna tell her? And if I tell her, it ain't gonna be nice. So what you gonna do?
But the thing about us, we brought my son Mike into the relationship. I mean, and see, that's what we look forward to this time, right?
We had Mike before we got married. We were celibate for 2 years. And then we got, so it's kind of like, you know, you go 2 years without it, it's kind of like new, but it's not. But so, yeah.
So y'all had a baby and then y'all became celibate?
That's
After you had the baby.
Wow.
Let me tell you, yeah.
if I had a hat on, I'll take it off.
Let me tell you, I'm leaving out some important detail. So we gave our lives to the Lord, and so that's why we were able to do that. Because otherwise, I mean, you know, and it was challenging, even because he was like just. He wanted me back.
I was
Get married.
Yeah, I was focused. I got the apartment, 2 bedrooms down there. She came to stay like all day. It was New Year's. And I was like, man, this is tough right here. You know, got your own spot. It was new.
You already got a child.
And
nobody.
little Mike was over in the thing. I was like, it's just like family right now.
He told me though. He did tell me though, because I had on a little, like a little camo or whatever.
No, she don't know.
Teasing.
But he was like, yeah, I wasn't conscious.
She was trying to see if I was still.
Yeah. True
You
to
were.
the word.
Because
And
he said,
I knew all the signs. I knew the little petals she was throwing there.
Okay, he's still strong.
She was trying to get me out, but I said, this ain't no Samson right here. I'm straight.
You're gonna be tricked, huh?
No, but I knew it was a few more months. If I held out this long, I might as well just keep on pushing and stay to my commitment. Because the biggest deal with me, because I was so untrustworthy prior to. I was a dog, and I was, and I would lie just straight.
So I got
to start believing my own lies.
Yeah, it'll go down. I've been there. I've been down with that.
It was like so.
You believe it your damn self.
Yeah, I was like, man, that was good.
Yeah, no, you be like, no, it's really like that.
Yeah.
That's when you're good.
I've been there, man.
That's an art.
Next thing you see your line detector test, he passed it.
Yeah, that would even work.
He believes it now.
And when I got that point, it was just a conscious lie that I could just tell. And then it was just the doggishness. And then once I gave my life to Christ, and then I said, I got to do this right. My son was about to be born. And I really took the father thing serious. And I was young, didn't know what I was doing. I said, this boy is about to come into the world. Or, I was believing it was going to be a boy. And I said, he's coming to the world, and I have nothing to do for him. I mean, I'm like, what am I going to do? I said, I'm a little young fool out here, about to bring into another being that I know I'm going to love. And then that's when we was talking about, we're going to be together and all this other stuff. And that's back to the macho thing. I was like, nobody else calling him daddy. So
gotta be you.
It's gotta be me. But then the responsibility is coming back. So I was like, no, I need some time, but you gotta give me some time though. I need to get with the father of fathers to help me do this. My dad ain't talking to me about this. Because
he went mute.
Yeah, he's like, I ain't talking to him, because found out from him later that he had a daughter somewhere.
So he feels like he can't come to you and talk to you about
right,
it.
So it was,
but he was a perfect candidate
to talk to you about it.
And that's when later I found out, I was like, Pops, and he never had that relationship with me that he talked. Pops is just there. He was the consistent.
He was the example.
Just there.
Yeah,
he gonna bring the money to the house, and we used to go pick up his check for my mother and bring it back. I mean, you're not gonna beat him providing and protecting his boys and girls and his wife, but he's gonna be there. He in the pulpit on Sundays and there. But as far as talking to you and letting you know what you need to do, son, right here, this is what you gotta figure that out.
No, I think he took for granted that he was preaching. His dad was a pastor, and I think he took for this is my opinion, that he took for granted that I'm preaching, I'm teaching you the way, and I'm showing you the way.
I don't have to talk to you about it.
That should do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you would sleep in church.
In the back.
In the back.
You went to church with him, Jermaine?
No, I never went to church with him.
You never did.
How you know he sleep in church?
Because I know him. He was sleeping until about 10 minutes ago.
The back scratching. Imagine Long Beach Poly.
On the scene, I believe it.
Probably never would.
But you know, preachers' kids, they're a different cut.
They are.
They like tune things out because they get already so much pressure, you know, because they're preachers' kids, and they're probably not trying to hear that. You hear so much of your father's voice, you ain't paying attention to it no more. I'm quite sure.
Well, that's what my oldest son told me. Because I told him, I said, Mike, how come your boys that come spend the night over here, I'm coaching them, they eating up everything I tell them. You know, they don't have no dads. I said, you in the same boat as them, and you don't have to be. You got me here. And I had promised myself, my dad was just there, but I'm going to be there and add something to this. I'm going to talk to my boys. And so I've been trying to do that and break through the model that I saw. Yeah, I talked when I talked to him about sex. I asked Mara, I said, should I tell him how I feel? She's like, no, don't tell him how I feel.